Hello, this is Randall, a Michigan tropical gardener, and I'm in the kitchen. What am I doing in the kitchen? These are vanilla beans. And what am I going to be doing on a day when it is 32 degrees out and snowing? Making ice cream, of course. We're going to make vanilla bean ice cream. There are two different varieties here. Actually, there is one variety. These are Madagascar vanilla beans, but there are two grades. There are grade A and grade B. The grade B, right here, is more suited for making extracts, which we will be doing in a later episode. The difference between grade A and grade B is the amount of moisture in the bean. I believe that the grade A has up to 34-35% moisture content, and the grade B are less, so they're drier. And here we have our grade A beans. And so we will be making vanilla bean ice cream. Okay, we'll set those aside. Now, I'm going to show you, yes, I am going to show you how to separate an egg yolk from an egg. We will be using eggs since we will be making a custard for this. So one moment and I will take you over to the egg station. Hello. This is how I separate an egg yolk from the egg white. We do have this little device that is probably about 50 years old. However, I'm going to do it using my hand. This is disgusting, but necessary. Okay, crack that open. And separate the shell. Dump it into my hand. Okay. Just basically transfer it back and forth. Until all the egg white and anything else is separated. Okay, and we'll put it in with the collection of the other ones. Now you can save the egg yolks, or save the egg whites and use them for an omelet or whatever else you want to use them for. Okay. Now, what we will be doing is adding sugar to the egg yolks, mixing that up. Then we will take whole milk, heavy cream, sugar, a pinch of salt, and we will be beating that up and putting it and heating it on the stove. And then we will take that mixture when it's heated, also in the vanilla beans, and the pods will be going in there too. And then we will temper the eggs by taking some of that mixture from the stove and slowly adding it to the egg mixture. So we'll get to that momentarily. Okay, now whisk half a cup of sugar. And we'll mix that together. going to beat this until it becomes a pale yellow. It'll probably take a minute and a half or so. I want to make sure that the sugar is all mixed in. You can use a beater on low, an electric mixer, or do it by hand. I haven't done this in quite a while, so I think that looks pretty good. Okay, we'll set that aside. Next on the agenda is putting together the milk mixture. Okay, one moment please. Okay, now what we want to do is, in a medium saucepan, we're going to add half a cup of sugar, two cups of heavy cream, two cups of whole milk, a pinch of salt, and the vanilla beans and the pods. Now, to do this, from what I've read, take the back of your knife and go over the vanilla bean and flatten it out. That distributes the seeds evenly. Then you take and put the knife into the center and slice the bean in half. Open it up. Huh. Easy for them. And then taking the back of the knife, you scrape out the vanilla seeds that they also call caviar and put it into the mix. Take the other pod and do the same thing. Okay. We'll just take the pod and dump it right in there. Now there's another way of doing this where you put the knife in and pull the bean and then, as before, scrape out the seeds. Okay, that's one. Now you may be wondering, could you take one of these seeds and actually grow a vanilla orchid from it? Because that's where vanilla beans come from. This is the fruit of the vanilla orchid. And the answer to that is no. Dump that in there. Vanilla orchids are propagated by cuttings and not by seeds. Okay, now I need to whisk that. Make sure the sugar is melted. We will also be adding some vanilla extract to this. The recipe that I'm following came with my ice cream maker. It called for 1 vanilla bean and a little more of the extract. However, I'm going to add the extra bean and use a little less vanilla extract. Okay, now I need to put that on the stove. Okay, now we want to put this on a medium-low heat. Medium-low heat on my stove would probably be, we'll say 3. So once that gets going, then we'll turn it down. Down to a 3, and then we'll stir that, and we want to bring that to a slight boil. Once we get that to a slight boil, then we will take a ladleful of this, add it to our egg mixture, which will temper the eggs. We don't want to cook the eggs, and we will be whisking that, and then once we get enough of the milk mixture added into the eggs, then we'll put that all back in and continue cooking, well, not cooking it, but heating it, and then we'll take it off, add the vanilla extract, and then cool it in the refrigerator. It needs to come to a slight boil. Which is tentatively oh so close. Ooh, there's some bubbles. Okay, once that happens, we will take the egg mixture, okay, and I'm going to set it on a towel, and I have one of these grips so that when I set it on there, I'll be able to stir with one hand and use the ladle to add the warm mixture with the other. Okay, we've got contact. I'm going to lower that back down. Take my ladle. Okay. And now we will temper the mixture using the hot milk. You have to stir constantly, because what you don't want to happen is you don't want to cook the eggs. You don't want scrambled eggs. And you add another ladle. I will add another ladle, and once I've done that, then I should be warm enough that I can just integrate the egg mixture back into the milk. We'll add another one just to make sure. Better safe than cooked. And I haven't been too terribly sloppy. Okay. We need that down on low. And what we will do is first wipe up that. Remove that. And quickly wipe that back there. Okay, now we'll take this and add it back into this. Now, set back onto the burner. And stir that. Now there shouldn't be any problems because the egg mixture has been tempered and has been successfully put back in. So now all we have to do is to warm this on low until it thickens. Once it thickens, then we take it off, put it through a strainer. When it warms back to room temperature, cools down to room temperature, then we can add the vanilla extract, put it in the refrigerator, and in 2 hours we'll be making ice cream. I feel kind of like Survivor Man trying to videotape and survive cooking this at the same time. Okay. I believe the recipe book said it should take 2 minutes. Let me check. Here's the recipe book. Okay, low heat. You're supposed to use a wooden spoon. You don't want the mixture to boil. It should only take a few minutes. Ha! Well, wouldn't you know it? I can't find a wooden spoon. So, we'll use this. Seems to be fairly clean. You want to coat the spoon, or the wooden implement, slightly coating it. I was thinking maybe thicker. However, I think that's good enough. Now, what we're going to do is, if I can find the bowl, try to pour this into there. I think a less messy alternative would be to use this. And this will strain out any egg that has cooked, which there shouldn't be. It also filters out anything from the vanilla pods. Make sure that this is nice and smooth. Once I get enough of this out of here, then I can just pour it directly in there. Okay. And that takes care of that. Now we make sure everything is turned off, and we will take and leave that until it cools down to room temperature. Then we will add the vanilla extract, put it in the refrigerator, cool it for 2 hours, and then I'll bring it out and make the ice cream. So when that happens, I'll bring you back. Okay, now comes the fun part. Here is the bowl for the ice cream freezer. That has been, or ice cream maker, that's been in the freezer. I just put the lid back on it. And we'll just tilt that up. And move this out. Give me a little more room to pour everything in there. And a spatula. Okay, now all I have to do is turn that on. Pour it in. Make sure we get all the vanilla beans in there. And I've already added the vanilla extract. Okay, now time that for 20 minutes, and I'll bring you back at the end of 20 minutes and you can see the end result. Okay, the ice cream is done, and in fact it is about to leave the container. So that's what it looks like, and I'm going to scoop it out, put it into a bowl, and put it in the freezer to firm up. And that is how you make vanilla bean ice cream. So thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.